Imagine this. Everything in the relationship started perfectly. The conversations were exciting. The messages were constant. The connection felt effortless. He called every night. He wanted to see you all the time. He seemed genuinely interested in your life, your thoughts, your dreams. And for a while, it felt like you had finally found someone who truly cared. But then something changed. The messages slowly became shorter. The calls became less frequent. The excitement that once filled the relationship started to fade. And suddenly you find yourself asking a painful question. What happened? Why would someone who once seemed so interested suddenly lose interest in the relationship? Welcome back to Marriage and Relationship 24/7, the place where we explore the deeper truths behind love, relationships, and emotional connection. Today we're going to look at some of the real psychological reasons why some men suddenly lose interest in a relationship. And understanding these reasons might help you see relationships in a completely new way. 1. The excitement of the chase is over. In the early stage of many relationships, something powerful is happening beneath the surface. It's called the thrill of pursuit. When someone is trying to win your attention, there is excitement. There is mystery. There is the emotional adrenaline that comes from discovering someone new. For some men, this stage is incredibly stimulating. They enjoy the process of getting to know you, winning your affection, proving themselves, building attraction. During this stage, their energy is very high. But once the relationship becomes more stable, something changes. The uncertainty disappears. The challenge is gone. And for some individuals who are more attracted to the excitement of pursuit than the responsibility of commitment, the emotional energy they once had begins to fade. It's not always intentional. Sometimes they simply realize that what excited them most was the chase, not the long-term responsibility of maintaining a relationship. 2. Reality replaces the fantasy. At the beginning of a relationship, both people are usually showing their best sides. Conversations are lighter. Conflicts are avoided. Flaws are hidden or minimized. And during this stage, it's easy for someone to create an idealized image of the other person. But over time, reality naturally appears. People start seeing personality differences, lifestyle differences, emotional habits, communication styles, and sometimes those differences are larger than expected. For some men, this is the moment where they begin to question whether the relationship truly fits their long-term expectations. It doesn't mean the other person has done anything wrong. It simply means the relationship is moving from fantasy to reality. And not everyone is emotionally prepared for that transition. 3. Fear of commitment. Another reason some men begin to lose interest is fear of commitment. At the beginning, the relationship feels light. There are no expectations. There are no long-term decisions being discussed. But as time goes on, conversations about the future naturally appear. Topics like moving in together, long-term plans, marriage, family goals. And for someone who is not emotionally ready for long-term commitment, these conversations can trigger anxiety. Suddenly, the relationship starts to feel like pressure instead of excitement. Instead of expressing that fear honestly, some people respond by slowly distancing themselves emotionally. They become less available, less communicative, less engaged, not because the other person is unworthy, but because they feel overwhelmed by the seriousness of the relationship. 4. Emotional burnout. Sometimes the reason has nothing to do with attraction. It has to do with emotional energy. Relationships require effort. They require communication. They require empathy and patience. If someone is dealing with heavy personal stress such as career pressure, financial struggles, family problems, mental exhaustion, they may begin to withdraw emotionally from the relationship. Not because they don't care, but because they simply do not have the emotional capacity to maintain the same level of connection. This is something many people misunderstand. When someone becomes distant, the natural reaction is to assume they don't care anymore. But sometimes the truth is much more complicated. Sometimes they are simply overwhelmed by life itself. 5. Communication breakdowns. Healthy relationships depend heavily on communication. But when communication begins to weaken, emotional distance can grow quickly. Small misunderstandings turn into bigger frustrations. Conversations become shorter. And eventually, both people may start feeling unheard or misunderstood. Over time, this lack of emotional clarity can slowly drain the connection between two people. Instead of feeling safe expressing themselves, one or both partners may start withdrawing emotionally. And when emotional connection weakens long enough, interest can begin to fade. 6. Personal growth moving in different directions. Another reality many relationships face is growth in different directions. At the beginning, two people may share strong chemistry, but as time passes, they may begin to realize that their long-term visions are different. For example, one person may prioritize career growth. Another may prioritize family life. One may seek stability. Another may seek adventure. These differences do not mean either person is wrong. They simply mean the paths they are walking may not lead to the same destination. And sometimes when someone recognizes this, they slowly detach emotionally instead of confronting the situation directly. 7. The relationship became predictable. Human beings are naturally attracted to novelty and stimulation. When relationships become overly predictable, some people begin to feel emotionally unstimulated. The conversations become repetitive, the routines become fixed, and the emotional excitement that once fueled the relationship begins to feel routine. For emotionally mature individuals, this is the stage where deeper connection grows. But for others, the lack of novelty can create the feeling that something is missing. And instead of working to rebuild excitement within the relationship, they slowly disengage. A very important truth. Now here's something important to remember. When someone loses interest in a relationship, it does not automatically mean there is something wrong with you. Sometimes relationships simply reveal incompatibilities that were not visible at the beginning. Sometimes they reveal emotional fears. Sometimes they reveal personal struggles that have nothing to do with the other partner. And understanding this can protect people from blaming themselves unfairly. Final reflection. Relationships are complex. They involve emotions, expectations, fears, and personal growth. And sometimes two people who start a journey together discover that their emotional paths are different. The most important thing anyone can do in these situations is learn from the experience. Understanding what happened can help build healthier, wiser relationships in the future. Because every relationship, whether it lasts or not, teaches something valuable about love, communication, and emotional connection. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share with someone who might benefit from these insights. And remember, healthy relationships are not just about attraction. They are about understanding, patience, and emotional maturity. We'll see you in the next video here on Relationship and Marriage 247.